Well, hello friends, this is Fred. We're going to be doing our first client spotlight, and we're hanging out with Pavel.
How are you, everyone?
Cool. And we're just gonna ask Pavel a couple questions, give him a chance to share a little bit about himself and kind of tell a little bit about us. And so we're gonna go ahead and get started.
All right, Fred, let's do it.
Cool. Pavel, I know that you're part owner of a great cheesesteak place down in Philadelphia, the Springfield Mall. Tell us a little bit about that.
That is true. As you can see, even though I came in wearing a sweater, underneath I always have my TLukes cheesesteak t-shirt on.
All right.
Anybody that lives in Philadelphia knows Tony Lukes. Tony Lukes started in South Philly. Tony and his father built the business one customer at a time for the past 20 years. I'm sure everybody who loves cheesesteaks knows Pat's and Gino's. Now after Pat's and Gino's, the third largest cheesesteak place in Philadelphia is Tony Lukes. Anyone you ask, they all know our cheesesteaks. Tony's very famous for his roast pork Italian with the broccoli rabe and sharp provolone. Absolutely delicious.
Wow.
If you ever go to South Philly, you'll see actually a non-stop line of probably about average of 50 people standing in line to get a cheesesteak. Absolutely delicious. And luckily for me, Tony picked me as his general manager and his partner to open up a Springfield location.
And that's the one that you have at the Springfield Mall.
And that's the one that I'm a partner of and general manager.
Great. Well, what makes Tony Lukes cheesesteaks the best?
Well, the way Tony prepares the cheesesteak is completely different. If you go to any cheesesteak place, usually they'll chop your steak for you, right? Well, what happens when you chop the steak? All the juice burns up right on the grill.
Okay.
Right? But if you cook it at a lower temperature, that's our secret, what temperature it is, and you don't chop the steak, you pull it apart, right? Little by little, and you constantly flipping it. This way nothing is burning up. So you let the steak cook in its own juice. And my goodness, when you bite into that cheesesteak with the cheese whiz, you know, you're looking at a bun this big.
Okay.
Your mouth is watering. It's so delicious. You can actually, you'll feel the juice in your mouth from the meat.
Oh, you're making me hungry.
Oh,
I think after this we're gonna go down to Tony Lukes. Hey, well listen, how'd you hear about us?
Well, Fred, it's an old friend of yours that sold me a house in 2006. Actually, the first house my family ever bought. And after having my own home, I figured, you know what? I need somebody to help me with the taxes. And you remember probably him, Ron Henry.
Ron Henry?
Works as a realtor. I think Coldwell Banker now.
It's Coldwell Banker now, yep.
And I asked him, I said, do you have a good accountant? He's like, I know somebody who's just right for you. And 2006, that's where our relationship began.
Cool. And it's been, I guess, around 2011, at least 4 years.
Going on 5 years.
Going on 5 years. Great. Would you recommend us to others?
Most definitely. You know, as being Tony Lukes in Philadelphia and you being in Lancaster, I think everybody can realize, you know, how good you are for me to drive an hour and a half to get my taxes done.
Good point.
So
appreciate that. Would you like to add anything else?
Not really. You know, if it wasn't for your detail, you know, being so detail oriented and professionalism, you know, besides that, I can't add anything else, you know.
Great.
Service has been great. I really appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate you as
customer for life.
Look forward to it.
Thank you.
Now, this wraps up our client spotlight with Pavel, part owner of Tony Lukes Springfield Mall. Next time, for those of you who are watching this and you live in the Philadelphia area, make it your point to get up to the Springfield Mall. And trust me, he will be working there. He works
definitely.
like a gazillion hours. So he will be working there. So when you stop in, ask and see if you can meet Pavel. and just say, hey, I saw you on the Facebook page. Thank you. And again, to all of my clients out there, don't keep us a secret. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Fred.
All right.
Bye, Lancaster.